One time when I was in high school, he pulled up to his house with a giant glowing die sign on his front porch. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would do a video recapping my high school years. A lot of people just graduated last week. It's got me thinking a lot about the nostalgia of back when I was in high school. I did a video like this a couple of years ago where I went through my memory box. The previous video that I did a couple years ago will be down in the description link, as well as a video of me with all of my friends. I did several videos when I was in high school, so I'll share all of those in the description box below. I might put one of the iCards, so watch for that to little pop up. If you're starting high school next year, or maybe you're already in high school but you haven't graduated yet, my word of advice to you, or my big thing, would be to get yourself a memory box, whether that's a plastic storage tote or something like this. I built this in high school. It's got a handle on one side so you can tote it around. It's kind of weird. But I keep inside all of my books, memories, journals, things like that. You should keep all the little things because it'll be really fun to look back on when you're older. And I just think it's really nice to have something like this. So a little bit about me in high school. I wasn't super popular. I did dance. I did ballet when I was in high school, as well as I do some summer dance classes and stuff like that. But I wouldn't say that I was like a dancer. I wasn't on drill team or cheerleader or anything like that. It was just one of my hobbies / exercise things, and it got me out of doing PE. I was really into art. I did a lot of like drawings, just pencils, sketches and stuff. I mean, it's nothing super fabulous. This foot is pretty interesting though. It's just something that I did that I thought that I was good at in high school. I drew a lot of tattoos because I was one of those kids in high school who was like, oh, I'm gonna get a tattoo when I turn 18. I'm gonna get this one, or like this is a tattoo, this one. But I never got a tattoo. I was kind of dumb by the time I was 18 anyway, so it was like, whatever. But I like to draw them, so I was very much into art. I also had this weird thing. Me and my best friend had these books. We called them Our Soul. They were black for a purpose. And everybody always wanted to read them and stuff, but it was a very private book. But I was very much into poetry, but like a weird form of poetry, I guess. I know, it's kind of personal. But I would write about things that I thought about a lot in high school, but I'd write it in a very interesting way. It says, "This book is my soul. It contains all my thoughts, fears, and secrets, and should never be read by anyone other than myself, ever. If you read them, I may have to kill you, literally. So please respect my soul and stop reading now. Some things are better left unknown." Deep. But there are a lot of things in here that I impressed myself with writing, but I don't know, maybe I'll do a video in the future reading some of these, but they're quite interesting and I don't know if I'm going to do that. Another thing is I kept my cell phone, my very first cell phone that I got when I was 17 in high school, and it is the LG Rhythm like Spin or something like that. This part twirls. It was from Altel. I don't even think Altel is around anymore. It slides up and it had T9 to text with. No emojis, no fun little stuff. Sometimes I could get text messages from Facebook and then I could text back a number that would do certain things like this status, press 1 or something like that. But I could not actually get onto the internet on this phone because it cost too much. It did have a camera, but the pictures were literal shit. Like, you can't see anything but blur. I think it was less than 720. But I was so impressed with this phone when I was in high school because I thought that I was a bomb.com for having this cell phone. It was one of the popular ones, and it played music, and these were like touch. Okay, that's how cool it was. This wasn't an actual button. It would just heat sense your finger, but you still had to push on it freaking hard. Now I have the iPhone 7, and this thing looks drastic to me, but it is still really fun that I kept this. I just wish that I could charge it and see if I had any messages from high school still on it. Now we get into the fun stuff. I did keep my yearbooks, 2011, 12, and 13. I did not get one my freshman year, and I don't know why. We'll go through here. I went through and I would circle all of the people that I knew in purple and color their names. Like if I knew your name and I like talked to you ever, I would circle them. But my friends, let's see if I can find one of my friends. So if you were my friend in high school, I would circle you in pink. Those are people that I actually hung out with or talked to on a regular basis. And let's see if I can find me. Forgot what my name was. 2011. Oh, yep. Here I am, right here. I seriously look like I did drugs in 10th grade. Like my teeth were messed up. I didn't have braces. I didn't wear makeup. I was probably the pastiest kid in school. And yeah, that's my natural hair color. That's what I looked like when I was a sophomore in high school. Luckily, we'll go on and it gets better. 2012, I was a junior. What? Girl's not even circled. She must have done pissed me off. Oh, no. Junior year gets worse. My teeth are still messed up. I'm still pasty. And I still have that same terrible look on my face. I don't know why I need to show you this picture. This is terrible. This is my #1 regret picture in high school. And what happened is, she took my picture for the yearbook and I looked at it. I was like, can I just see it? And she goes, no, I'm not supposed to let you see it. So I saw it and it was okay, but I didn't love it. So I was like, I want to do a retake. So I did a retake. She would not let me see the retake. That was the retake picture. And she submitted that one. So I think it was just for spite because I pissed her off because that was the worst picture I have ever seen in my life. I'm so glad so many people have a copy of that picture now. And then my graduating year, 2013, I'm at brown because I'm a senior. But they let everybody else do their signatures. Like you can see everybody's signatures on here. I didn't get to do my signature. Who was in charge of this? They were failing. And you notice as it gets closer and closer to graduating, there's less and less people in your graduating class because people drop out so much. So the senior section is actually really small. It was a pretty small town high school. There I am. Right there. Same hair color. I didn't dye my hair until after I graduated. Same hair color, braces, but my teeth were fixed by then and I actually knew how to wear makeup. So altogether not horrid. I only have school IDs for sophomore year and senior year. There's my school ID. These were some of my senior pictures that I got done when I was in high school. Then I have these pictures, so they're do not copy, but these were like senior pictures that they did for test takes that I got to look at to kind of pick if I wanted any of these to go in the yearbook. I didn't go to a whole lot of school dances in high school. I only bought 2 dresses. I don't have a picture of my first homecoming dance. That was my sophomore year. I'll post a picture in here somewhere, probably on the side here. I don't have a printed picture of that. This was senior year homecoming. I went with my 2 best friends. That's Kara and Veronica. And then I didn't go to prom ever. I did go to senior ball, which was the very last dance for seniors. And I took my best friend Trenton with me. I think he still has that tie too, which I think is cool. And I saw that dress. I gave it to my sister so she could go to dances. My sisters are way more social than I am. But this picture was hilarious because the photographer was like moving our bodies and getting us into this position because we had the dance at the museum. And he told Trenton, he's like, something like, you have a very attractive face or something. I was like, oh, that photographer, he's wearing a pink shirt. He had something for you. But it's pretty funny. These are just some pictures that I took with friends while I was in high school. This was one of the last pictures we ever got taken together. And then I have this. This is a graduation announcement for my best friend in high school, who's still my best friend today. I still talk to her regularly. The coolest part is I actually took all of these photos for her. She let me do her senior pictures, and none of my other friends wanted me to do their senior pictures. I did hers, and I think they turned out so cute. That's just a quick overview of my high school memories. So a few stories that I wanted to share from high school are my high school fails. The greatest fail that happened to me when I was in high school though is I asked a boy to the Sadie's dance, and I came up with this whole cute idea, because you gotta do a cute idea and you get like a gift or whatever. So I came up with this whole cute idea that I would write Sadie's in glow stick, and then I wrote, "Would you glow with me?" And I pasted the glow sticks to the board, and I left it on his front porch with some candy, right? He worked until probably 11, 12 at night, and I had set it up at 9 o'clock, broke the glow sticks. So he messaged me later that night, and he told me that in the time that I had left the glowing Sadie sign on his front porch to the time that he got home at work, most of the glow sticks had faded out and they weren't glowing anymore, but the only ones that were really still glowing were the DIE on the poster. So he pulled up to his house with a giant glowing die sign on his front porch. He said it about gave him a heart attack, and oddly enough, we did not end up going to Sadie's together. I think I freaked out his parents with my dance request / murder threat. Oh, one time, me and my best friend were trying to get out of school, but I had a release note from my mom and she didn't. So during passing period, she walked out to the parking lot with me and I popped the trunk. She crawled in my trunk. I closed her in there, and then I drove through security because they check, to see if you have a note, because it was during an assembly. So they checked to see if I had a note to get out, and then they checked in all my windows to make sure that nobody else was in my car. And then I drove across the street, over 2 blocks to a church parking lot, pulled over and let her out of my trunk, and then we went and hung out all day and ditched school. One time when I was in high school, one of my friend's exes really pissed me off, but I didn't want to damage his vehicle because there are security cameras in our high school parking lot, but I wanted to get revenge on him for her. So I took a tire pressure gauge and I released the tire pressure from one of his tires. I did the back tire on the driver's side, and every day when I would, because I got to leave for lunch and he didn't, I would go and deflate one of his tires. So he thought that he had a hole or he'd run over something, and after like the 6th day, he couldn't figure out what was wrong with his tire, so he replaced it. And then the day that he replaced that back tire that I kept deflating because he thought it was bad, I deflated all of his tires. And it was the best revenge because I couldn't get in trouble for anything. They didn't have any proof that I had damaged anything or done anything, but he literally went crazy for a week because he couldn't figure out why his tire kept deflating. And then when all of them deflated, it kind of hit him that, oh, somebody did this. But it was just completely hilarious. And I still don't think to this day he knows who it was that did that. Other than that, I think that that is all of my high school fails. Lastly, I'll leave with a bit of advice. My number one piece of advice that I would give to my sisters who are going to high school right now, or my cousins, or anybody who is in high school right now, is don't get overly attached or overly invested to the other people in your life. It's good to have friends and it's fine to have relationships in high school, but don't base your entire identity and what you can do on who you hang out with. Join as many clubs as you want to, be as into sports as you want to, do as many activities as you can possibly do while you're in high school, because that is a short time in your life and those opportunities are not going to be available to you when you're older. Do not let other people dictate who you are or what you do. Take every relationship that you have in high school as a learning experience and use it as a way to find out who you are and what you want and expect out of other people. But don't expect to find your high school sweetheart. Don't expect that love to last, and don't get overly invested in that relationship. You shouldn't feel like your whole identity revolves around whether or not you have a boyfriend or girlfriend. Don't put up with shit from other people. If you're so invested in what other people think, you're never going to be able to achieve your own happiness and reach your own goals and become successful on your own. And don't let your friends dictate who you're allowed to hang out with or what you're allowed to do, because 4 years may seem like forever, but it's gone in the blink of an eye. That time that you're in high school is either fun memories of all the cool stuff that you got to do before everybody got busy in their life, or it's full of regrets like, oh, why didn't I take this class? Why didn't I do that program? Why didn't I experience that activity? Think about everything you do in high school as a fun learning experience and not dictating the rest of your life. With that much being said, enjoy your high school years. Savor every moment that you possibly can. Do not feel like that's the best time of your life, because it is not all downhill from there. I have climbed mountains since I've gone out of high school, but it's still one of my most treasured memories. So